All right, JR, ABC 12 is giving you all access to the G20 summit in Russia this week. On day one, world leaders discuss global financial reforms. ABC 12's Washington bureau chief Jacqueline Policastro is on the ground covering the president. Tonight, she spoke exclusively with one of President Obama's top negotiators at the G20.
President Obama isn't the only U.S. representative meeting with world leaders here. I sat down with Lael Brainerd, the Undersecretary of the Treasury. She told me the top priority for the U.S. here at the G20 is to make sure the world economy grows in a strong and stable way. Tell me about the president's agenda coming into the G20.
It's about making sure the global economy is strong and that the environment is good for our manufacturers, for our exporters, and that we're creating jobs for the middle class here in America.
Your office has said that the U.S. is a source of strength, but I've talked to some members on Capitol Hill that say we have no business going overseas touting our economic policy because they don't think it's that good. We have this debt ceiling coming up. What's your message to countries around the world? Is the U.S. economy strong?
I think generally you will find at the G20 that people believe the president and the U.S. private sector in particular have worked together to come back strong from the crisis. We are one of the strongest growing economies, but we need our trading partners to grow as well.
What role do you think politics might play in this? You know, between Snowden, Syria, are you worried at all that it's going to take away from the important financial reforms that you're going to be going to the G20 to push on behalf of the United States?
The president elevated the G20 because it contains all the biggest, most important economies in the world, and he's going to want to go and be focused on his jobs agenda. He's going to want to go and be focused on the agenda of making sure we never see a financial crisis of the kind that we just got through again, working on financial reform, working to make sure that the international tax system is fair. Those are things that I think we can find common ground with all members of the G20 on.
When I asked the Undersecretary about trade policy, she told me she's working on an agreement in Asia, calling the region's economy one of the most dynamic in the world. Brainerd said that if U.S. trade representatives can get the deal done, it will be great for the U.S. economy and our local businesses. Reporting in St. Petersburg, Russia at the G20 summit, I'm Jacqueline Policastro.
Governor Snyder has invited Chinese travelers